Hey guys, on this video, we have for you a comedy that was voted as one of the 50 greatest comedies of all time, The 40-Year-Old Virgin. The movie that made Steve Carell a movie star, this movie has some truly amazing behind-the-scenes stories that, honestly, make the movie even funnier. Do you want to know what scenes were improvised? Why Jonah Hill was hospitalized? Or how Steve Carell's wife reacted when he saw him make out with another woman? Then just keep watching. Here we have 11 interesting facts about the 40-Year-Old Virgin. Steve Carell lost 30 pounds for the role. To prepare for his role as Andy, Steve Carell lost a hefty 30 pounds for the role. Director Judd Apatow was not sure about this transformation, stating that he didn't think comedians wanting to look good is ever good for comedy. However, he realized it helped establish that Andy was only a virgin because he's shy and nervous, not because of his looks. Improvised scene. The entire "You Know How I Know You're Gay" scene was improvised by Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen. The scene was only intended to be a single line of dialogue, but Rudd and Rogen improvised the whole thing and ran with it to such an extent that director Judd Apatow made it a much longer scene. Also, a lot of the movie was improvised while shooting. We sell your stuff on eBay store. The store was real. It was written into the script after the location. First time Steve Carell ever kissed somebody on screen. This is how my wife reacted to me being with a woman for the first time on screen, Steve said. We sat there and we're watching this first big makeout scene. It's the first time she's ever seen me make out with someone, obviously, and I felt her whole body just tense up in the chair. And she knew that I'm not that good an actor. I was clearly enjoying myself way too much. There were words at home. The Office. The woman teaching the class at the clinic is Steve Carell's real wife. It seems that she is in a lot of things with him because she also had a reoccurring part in Steve's show, The Office. The film also marks the first screen appearance of The Office star Mindy Kaling and Jenna Fischer in the first bar scene as a sober girl. Matt Damon's joke. During one scene, the characters joke around about Matt Damon, something that Seth and Paul felt guilty about. Seth said that Paul once got into a lift with Damon before he seen the movie, and while they were catching up, he felt terrible. Paul Rudd was considered so overweight that Universal shut down production for 2 days. Director Judd Apatow encouraged Paul to gain some weight before shooting because he thought the actor would be funnier if he was a little fatter. Unfortunately, Universal disagreed, and Paul ended up not eating for 48 hours to satisfy the studio. Predicting the future. When packing up Andy's toys, Trish mentions Thor. Kat Dennings, who plays Trish's daughter, Marla, would go on to appear in the Thor movies. Paul Rudd, who plays David, also appears opposite of Thor as Ant-Man in the Avengers films. Jonah Hill had to be hospitalized. The musical scene at the end of the movie ended up sending Jonah Hill to the hospital with a heat stroke, since it was close to 100 degrees, and Jonah had to wear a beanie and a poncho. The waxing scene was completely real. Steve said it has to be real. It won't be as funny if it's mocked up or if it's a special effect. You have to see that this is really happening. About 5 seconds before they started to rip, I thought, this is the worst idea I've ever had in my life. 5 cameras were set up to capture the agony from all angles, and you can see in the clip that everyone on the set is laughing. The guys behind me, the woman who's doing it, are in hysterics because I'm in excruciating pain. And I'm not acting, once again. This is not something you could replicate. It took 7 weeks for his hair to grow back. More trivia. The studio thought Steve Carell's look resembled that of a serial killer. Steve Carell was in his 40s when the film came out. The films that are watched by the characters in the SmartTech store are all produced by Universal. The production used over 1 million feet of film, a milestone reached on the last day of filming. Paul Rudd says how Andy has a secret to anti-aging. Today, Paul Rudd is known for not aging. There you have it, guys. We hope you've learned something new about this movie. I still can't get past the waxing scene. That must have hurt. For more videos, check out our channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for our next video.